Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a collection video and swatches of my highlighters. Sorry about this, I've been doing some swatches before this. I have filmed my bronzer one so far, and I think I'm going to film my blush one next. I was kind of tired today and didn't want to put on makeup, but really wanted to film, so I thought this was great. If you're interested in seeing that, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is going to be different in my inventory. My inventory, I count individual pans, and I'm looking to do that in January again, but I'll link the other ones down below. So I'm just going to start with my individual highlighters. I have two highlighter palettes. I'm not including any palettes that are like face palettes with multiples in it, just pure highlighter palettes and individual highlighters. And I think I'll do it brand by brand and then individually bits after that. So I have three OFRA highlighters, okay? This was something that is new to me since 2020. Like, this is when I started it. This is when I got OFRA. So this is the highlighter in Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. That's it there. This is a lot more. Let me just zoom in a little bit. I don't know, it's like, is that better for you guys? This is like a cool, like icy highlighter, which is like not what I expected for some reason. There it is. There, I hope the lighting is okay. God, it's so pretty. This does not accentuate texture as much on my skin, and most highlighters do. This like blends into my skin rather than a stripe, and it's kind of smooth as well. It is intense, but depending on how I apply it, I can get it to be not as intense where it's like okay for work, but it is on the icier side. And even though I'm really fair, I don't really prefer that, but I do really like it. So there's the Pillow Talk one that I got. All of these I got in 2020. This next one got destroyed in transit. There was obviously something else in the box. I just can't really get it off. I think I'll try put alcohol or something on it. Anyway, this is Star Island. You can see here that this was like obviously really popular with the Samantha March, and I just bought these because of that. Okay, so this is this one here. Again, like it's more like goldy-ish in the pan, but it is like very cool, like cool tone, icy tone. God, what way am I? Like, why do I be this way? This is it here again. Like, it's just so beautiful. It is like icier. It is intense, but it can be like, depending on how I apply it, it doesn't have to be as intense. So goddamn pretty. It's like a champagne, but like a very like pearl icy version. It's just so pretty, and then like sometimes I mix them together because obviously I saw that. But anyway, I like both of those. That's that one. And then this one is the mini, and this is the mini in Rodeo Drive. I would be happy to get all of them in minis if they came in minis. I like the packaging, it's heavy. I really like this. This one actually says the expiry date, which is the 10/2022. Generally powders last a long time, but I just had to point it out. I love this. I'm so fair and I don't have a problem with this at all. Sorry, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Sorry, it's just beautiful. Like, look at that. Now, a lot of people say this is a little bit dark for them if they're as fair as I am, but I don't know why, but I can get away with this. I don't know, it's just probably with the bronzer and stuff that I wear. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I really like this. This does not, again, accentuate texture. It's just so smooth and blendable, and it sits there, and I really like it. And then on to my next one, because I want to leave this on my arm. That's the Rodeo Drive. This one here, it has 4 grams or 0.14 ounces, and the big ones have, how much do the big ones have? 10 grams. Okay, so 10 grams or 0.35 ounces or 4 grams. Again, it'll take you a long time. This is the Champagne Pop from Becca, okay? This one here has 1.15 grams in it or 0.04 ounces. It is a mini that I received from Elaine. There's a dip in mine, and here is it. God, it's just so stunning. So stunning. I think this one would be more down to your formula preference because they're very similar. Because that's showing up on camera, like they're not exact, but gosh, are they close. So it is like formula preference. This one, excuse me, is not as intense as this one. So the Becca one is not as intense as the OFRA one, but it's just stunning. A lot of people really like it. I'm kind of leaning more towards the OFRA one, but I did do a poll on my Instagram and it was like neck and neck, 50% for 50%. I asked what formula people preferred, Becca or OFRA. And barely Becca won on that poll out of the people. What do you prefer? You a Becca or an OFRA person if you had to pick one? So that, by the way, is my one and only Becca. Wait. It's my one and only Becca single. I have 3 Makeup Revolution type highlighters. This is the Revolution brand, so we'll start with this one. This is the Vivid Bake Highlighter in Peach Lights. I really like these. This one has 7.5 grams in it. These take a really long time to use, just so you're aware. I like these, I really do. Makeup Revolution is slightly more accessible over here, hence why my collection is filled with it. It is a peachy cooled tone. Peachy? It is like a pinky. Like again, it's kind of similar to Star Island. Shall we swatch them together? God, it's so beautiful. It's such a lovely, but it's icy again, and you know how I kind of feel about that. Let me just bring up Star Island. Is it Pillow Talk? Sorry, it's Pillow Talk. And see, is it similar? Because like we are not all able to afford that. Hello. So, okay, let's see. Oh, they are quite similar. Not exact. God. Like obviously the formula is going to be a mad difference between the two of them. Like the Makeup Revolution one kind of accentuates texture more than the OFRA one does, but still, guys, look. Anyway, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing here today. I really like this. This is like 7-ish euros. I think it's really nice. It does, like the OFRA one blends into the skin. This one, like it doesn't sit on top of the skin like a stripe, but it certainly doesn't blend in as smooth as this one does. But it's still really nice. Like that's nitpicking. I would have never have noticed that fact had I not tried the OFRA one, and I only tried that OFRA one in 2020. So if you'd asked me that earlier, there's nothing wrong with that I found. This other one that I have, the top of it is worn off because I've used it so much. This is the Golden Lights one. Again, the Vivid Baked Highlighter. I really like this one. This one was my favorite one for a very long time. And what strikes me is I didn't hit pan on this. Now it is a baked formula, so when you hit pan, that's the end of it. Like it was a bit domed, but like I loved this so much. Let me just wipe my hand. Like I was obsessed with this before this was a thing. Like I didn't even know. Oh my God, I actually loved it so much. Look at the little goldy duochrome. Like why is it called Golden Lights? Like it's so mesmerizing. Like look at that on my hand. My hand is going to turn into a glittery mess. This is really pretty on. I really liked this. I need to bring this into my shop my stash rotation. But what happened was this was a highlighter that I kind of used without trying to pan so much. So I had to kind of stop myself, which is silly. I know. But I really enjoy that one. And so affordable as well. So it is. So affordable. And then this last one in the Makeup Revolution kind of line is the I Heart Makeup one, which this one is Goddess of Love. Triple Baked Highlighter in Golden Goddess. There is 10 grams in it. These two, the Makeup Revolution ones, yeah, 7.5 grams. I have this for a long time. I do really like this one as well. This one does sit on top of the skin a little bit. It does show the texture a bit more. Like, but I seem to like have very textured, like without makeup, there's no texture issues, but with makeup, I will have some texture show anyway. And this one does show it a bit, but I really like this. I seem to always lean towards this one if I'm going somewhere where I want to look nice. It is goldier, like more golden than the other ones. And you're like, what? Is that not too deep for you? But it works. I do wear in the summer a lot on the top of the cheekbones, and it's kind of J-Lo-ish. So beautiful. Look, could you imagine? There's a bit of a dip in it. I don't know if you can see. But this would take you 17 million years to finish. There's 10 grams in it. But again, baked stuff takes even longer. Like this is affordable. It does the job and I really, really like it. I have 2 from MAC and I got this like 3 years ago, which is a bit of a boldie. So this first one here is in Beaming Blush. There is 9 grams in it or 0.31 US ounces. And I'm currently using this in my Shop My Stash. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is not subtle and it is not quite intense, but it leans more intense. God, it's beautiful. I really like this. I've been wearing this obviously this month and I'm just like, oh yes, look at you. You are really pretty. Like it is a duochrome kind of shade, but it's not like, look at it. It's just like pink and gold. but it doesn't sit on my skin like a stripe. And guys, I am fair. I am very fair, and it does not sit like a stripe. I would say it'd be even nicer with a tan. It, again, like, it's not the most intense one. These are more intense, but it's still really pretty. I do really like it. I hate that they're not cruelty free. Like, what is your problem? Get with the times. But yeah, I actually really like that. I do enjoy that one. The other one I have from them is the Show Gold. And this one is also really pretty. This is a more of a even pinkier. Let me just put the two of them up together and see what the story is here. Like pink and gold, and then you see pink and gold, and then you see like an even deeper purpley pink. It's really stunning. I do prefer this one over this Show Gold. So here we go with Show Gold. Look at my finger with your duochrome beautifulness. And like, guys, it's wearable. The color is wearable in person. Like, I wore that to work, and I work in a law firm, and there was no issues. Yeah, you're looking, you're like, what are you talking about? Why would you wear that in your work? But look, it's just stunning. Like, if you wear it on the tip of your bone in such a way, it's not like a big pink stripe. It's just really pretty. Like, that is just, sorry, I keep looking in the viewfinder. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. I need to wear this into my next one, but I wore this one to work recently, and I didn't feel uncomfortable, and I tend to if I stand out like a sore thumb. I don't think anyone said there's an issue. It's just that I would feel like there's an issue. The next one is from Wet n Wild, and this is the highlighting powder in, where do you say it? I know, oh sorry, Precious Petals. They're 0.19 ounces or 5.4 grams. Guys, Wet n Wild, I bought this in Tenerife on holidays because it just was not accessible over here at the time. And it's so pretty. Oh, it's really pretty, isn't it? It's just such a beautiful little thing altogether. Now look at my little fingy. God, it's hard when the camera's upside down. It's just really stunning. Again, this one isn't as intense as the other ones I have, to be honest with you. And the colour, like, it is a bit on the darker, like on the deeper side for my skin. But I just find if I blend it in a certain way, with down a little bit with my bronzer and blush and kind of mesh it together a little bit, it just doesn't really matter. You know, if I'm wearing really like a soft look, then it does kind of matter. But it's so pretty. I really like that as well. But yes, I really like the colour. It is something I generally tend to wear more when I have a bit of a colour like fake tan or sun. But yes, this one here people say is drugstore. And now in Ireland you can purchase this in Marks and Spencer's. Not in all Marks and Spencer's, and some Boots, which are technically drugstores, they're chemists here. Well, Marks and Spencer's isn't. But this is expensive. Like, this to me would be something that should be like where you'd purchase MAC, because it's expensive. This isn't cheap. Not everything in the drugstore is cheap any more than what it used to be when I was a kid, but like still, this, I would have called that like higher end, to be honest, and I would view it as a higher end product. This one here is the Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise, 8.3 grams or 0.29 ounces. This is another pretty one. I was bloody obsessed with this. I was looking at it on YouTube, and it's certainly YouTube that made me buy it, because I was like, oh God, it's so juicy. There is two of them in the shop. This is, I think, the more fair of the two. Sorry, gosh, the camera's like upside down and everything is opposite, you know? But anyway, these are the two colours. So goddamn stunning. Okay, let me just make sure my hand is wiped. You know, there they are. Ooh. Yeah, you're just like, yeah, that must be too dark on you, but it's just so pretty. It's just, I love this. I love this. I don't really, like, bar this year, like those ones, I don't really buy highlighters all that much. I think the only ones I purchased this year are, oh my God, are three. I bought three this year. And that is not like me. I bought these three. If I will correct myself going on from this, if there is, but yeah, I bought three this year. This is so stunning. This is kind of intense, like kind of a lot intense. It does not sit on the top of my skin. It just blends in really, really nicely. You know, would I buy this again? Yes. Yes, that's actually, I had to think about that. Why? I don't know. I just don't buy highlighters all that often. And so it's something that I actually think about quite a lot before pulling the trigger. But I really, really wanted it. It was an experience in and of itself, but I was very shocked when I saw the price. I think it was like 20 something euros, which I suppose is a tenner each per pan. But still, you know, when you hear people saying drugstore, and my Irish interpretation of that is like Rimmel, stuff like that. Anyway, that's that one. I forgot I had another MAC one that I put in the highlighter section, and it is the Nutcracker collection and the Tutu Extra Dimension Skin Finish. The highlighter is at dusk. No, the blush is at dusk. No, sorry. It is the Nutcracker Sweet Peach Face Compact, and the Tutu is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and At Dusk is the name of the blush. Okay, so it's a duo, but I predominantly I leave it in my highlighter section. There it is there. This is icy again. Like, yes, this is this highlighter. Oh, God, it's so pretty. Oh, gosh. That is intense, isn't it? That is so intense. It is icy champagne ice. The pearl look on it. It's so beautiful. It's just so pretty. I need to rotate more. I'm really, like, as you guys know, or should know at this point if you do watch my channel, I am a project planner, and I struggled heavily with using one thing to completion and neglecting everything else. So 2020 was the year of rotation. This one hasn't gotten there yet into like a month of consistent use. So that's what my goal for next year. I might pan this as well. Be really, really hard though. But it's just really pretty. I like the compact. It's like 3 years old, isn't it? I think it is. It's like 3 years old. I've gotten use out of it, but not loads and loads of use out of it. And I actually really enjoy this. The blush is actually really nice too. It's a matte blush. I just might swatch that as well. Look at it. God, it's really nice. There it is there. That's a terrible swatch. Anyway, that's that. This next one here is from Nabla. This is the Nabla Skin Blazing in Privilege. I do see people talking about the shade Ozone quite a bit. I have Googled it looking for some image swatches, and I also checked Instagram in the hashtag section. I find it very hard to find pictures of swatches, but that's what I was looking at. This one here is just, look at it, like, look at that. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, look at it. It's thinner than everything else that I own. Like, it's definitely unique in comparison to things that I own. This one is a bit more textured on the skin. Like, I find that this is a bit textured, but I really liked this. Look at that shade. Like, it is a subtle pinky kind of shade. Like, is pink the right word? It's like orangey pink. It's so stunning. This one is a bit more textured on my skin, but again, you know I struggle with texture, but I do really like it. It isn't the most intense out of all I own, and I am curious about that Ozone shade. I don't regret buying this. I do like it. I really am enjoying what I have tried from Nabla so far. This next one was a gift, and I could cry, guys. I could cry. Like, before I started YouTube, gifts in makeup was not a thing because people would not dare try. This one is the I Love Sarah E in Dose of Colours. I own no Dose of Colours products. So this one here has, did I say it was in the shade Soulmate? Well, it is. 12 grams or 0.41 ounces. I imagine this will be a summer one. I imagine. Oh, it is like a beautiful thicker. This is a thicker one. Again, out of everything I've swatched so far, this is the thickest. I own nothing like this one. Nothing. It is foiled. Okay, lads, will that be too deep on me? I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to play with everything because I've been panning so much. I want to try this with a light hand. I definitely want to try it in the summer with a big, glowy, gorgeous face of a cheek. Well, gorgeous cheek. Like, it's just so beautiful. It's like a foiled eyeshadow. I own nothing like this. I'm actually so excited for the summer to be like really into it, really get this going. Might actually just try it anyway now because it looks just it's so beautiful. Don't know enough about this because I got it as a gift and I have not yet gone ham on it. I wore it once when I had fake tan on, but still not enough to say much on it yet. Do you know? This is another one that I received as a gift from a lovely friend that I made here on YouTube. It's a melt one, and this one is in Morning Star Digital Dust, 8 grams or 0.28 ounces, made in Italy. And I am also don't own any melts. I didn't own any melts. Look at that. Good God. Good God. I tell you, when I received these, I nearly cried. I did cry. I'm not even going to like be ashamed. I did. God, look at it. Look at that. Let me just swatch it with this finger too, so maybe you can see better. God, look at it. Look. God. Look at all the colours that you get here. It's like pink and everything, and gold, silver. It's just bloody beautiful. God almighty, save us. Yeah, I don't think that one, like, I think you could certainly build, like, these are things that I have to use. I haven't used them a month straight because these ones are new. Once I use them a month straight, I say hugely how I feel. But I'm just really, really excited by it though, you know? Excited. This one here I've had for quite a long time. This is the Mirror Luminizer from the Balm. 8.5 grams or 0.3 ounces. I probably should pan this. I probably should. I don't know how long I have it, but I feel like out of the bunch here, this is probably the oldest. But look at it. It's just so beautiful, isn't it? This is a stereotypical champagne, isn't it? This like is such a good formula for something that was before everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was a reason why this one was a good one. I really like this one. I would repurchase this one. Well, I would repurchase this and I wouldn't. I would because it's so good, but I wouldn't because I don't get really excited by it. Does that make sense? But it's such a smooth formula. This one doesn't accentuate texture on my skin, and I have been known to have accentuated texture. This one is a little bit more expensive. It's not the most expensive, but it's not the most affordable, but I do really enjoy that one. This next one is not this. I depotted a Huda Beauty from, I had the winter solstice edition of this, and it had duochrome shades in it, and it's just so pretty. It's just so, I seem to really enjoy this type of shade here. Now, see that shade there? I'm wondering, is it very similar to this baked highlighter from Makeup Revolution in Golden Lights? Formula is obviously completely different. No, it's not the same. It's not at all, but it's just that kind of shade I seem to be quite drawn to. But anyway, I like the formula of the Becca. It's not entirely the most intense. It's probably sitting there right in the middle. It does accentuate a little bit of texture, but I do still enjoy the Becca, the Huda Beauty formula. That is that one. There, I have this Colourpop one here in Flexitarian. I bought this because of everyone else. It is Super Shock Cheek Pearlized. It is a icy one, but everyone loved this, so I bought it. That's obviously why. Oh, it's just such a beautiful formula, guys. It's just such a lovely formula. Ugh. Now again, this colour is icy, and I'm just not currently into icy. I think they said Lunch Money is the name of the other shade. I'm wondering would I be more interested in that one. I want to roll this one in and get a bit more use out of it. I go through phases throughout the year of what I like, and I'm not quite there on icy at the moment. But I did buy this because of everyone else. So let me know what you think of Lunch Money. But yes, I'm going to roll this in around the January to March range when it's the coldest in Ireland. But it's such a pretty Balm intense formula. It is a creamy formula, not entirely cream, like a cream to powder. I apply this with my finger and with a sponge, and I do really like it. And I do really like the formula. I have two highlighter palettes. I want to show you the Becca one first because of these swatches that are on my arm. This Becca one here is the Ocean Jewels highlighter palette. Is a limited edition palette. I bought it in Space NK on Grafton Street because it has a teeny tiny selection of Becca in there, and this was my first ever experience with Becca. There it is. I actually really like it. That shade I have worn the most. I'm seeing the theme here. What is the name of it? It's not Pink Pyrite, it's Citrine. It's called Citrine. So I just want to swatch it next to this because this is why. Like, I seem to love limited edition shades. Those two I think are the same, aren't they? They're both limited edition, but I really, really like them both. Let me just swatch them all and then I'll just tell you what they're called. Coral Crystal. These ones are more subtle, like they're not intense. They're not as intense. I'll swatch this one again. I really like this palette. Don't wear it half enough, but I did roll it in for a month in my rotation, which I used every shade a couple of times, which I was happy with. This is why I felt confident in decluttering that Huda Beauty one, because if I was feeling like out there, this is the only like duochrome one that I own now, these two, but I just felt that they may be similar, but a different formula. A crappy place for me to swatch, perhaps. And then this final one, which is the wrong way, is up here. Okay, so that's them there. Let me just call them out. So the very, very bottom brownie one is called Sunstone. I generally wear that over top of my bronzer. This pinky one is called Pink Pyrite. and I wear this as a highlighter and a blush topper. This one is Citrine, I wear this as a highlighter. This one here is called Aquamarine, and I wear this as a highlighter and an inner corner highlight. And this pink one here is called Pink Pyrite. They're absolutely stunning, I really like them. They're unique, and I felt comfortable in decluttering 2 highlighter palettes to keep this one. I got rid of the ABH, the Moonstone, and I got rid of that Huda Beauty one, but I just that hasn't physically left yet. This last palette that I have is the Huda Beauty one. This is the Pink Sands edition, the 3D highlighting palette. 3D highlighter palette. I really like this palette. I'm panning this. I really like it. Like, it is not the best formula of everything that I have used, certainly, but it's like, I think it's about 45 euros. I purchased mine on Cult Beauty, I believe, but you can get it in Brown Thomas. But this is really, really pretty. I actually really like that cream highlighter. It is not intense, and it would look quite nice on its own. I do pair it underneath these bad boys as well. My favorite shade in here was this shade. It's beautiful. It's in Ibiza or Ibiza, whatever, I don't know. I wore this as a highlighter and I wore it as a blush topper. It is really pretty. It melts into the skin, does accentuate a bit of that texture. This Azores one is the golden one, and it's so pretty. Oh yes it is. Really like it. And this top one here is in Santorini for when I am feeling like some icier tone. Guys, mixing highlighters are so beautiful. I was trying to mix these two together to see if the Star Island and the Pillow Talk were similar to these two mixed. They're not. I thought they were. But either way, I do enjoy these two mixed, and everyone else seems to enjoy these mixed. But then I also tried to mix these two from Makeup Revolution, the Golden Lights and the Peach Lights together on my hand. That's actually really stunning as well. Don't forget to mix your highlighters if you're feeling like playing for something unique, you know? It's actually really fun, and I think it's really, really pretty. My brain usually gets stuck, and I get stuck into one shade and I don't think to mix. Like, I've had this palette for a few years now, and I didn't think until recently to mix them. I wonder what these two would look like mixed. Yeah, even then, like, that's nice as well. Let me just see. I never thought to mix them. Ooh, that's really pretty as well. Okay, I'm going to count up. Oh, sugar. Why break the one that you like the most? Jeannie Mac. I'm going to count how many individual compacts I have. I count the individual pans in all of my highlighters for my inventory, but I mean, I want to see how many I have here. I counted 19. That's what I counted, 19. That's mad, isn't it? Now, before this year, I didn't bring anything in a long time, and I panned a lot of what I had. I am not overwhelmed at the moment with the number that I have. I used to be overwhelmed once I have a bit of a rotation going. That's the main thing, and finishing things off. But anyway, I have 19 highlighters in my collection. There you saw them. What formula is your favorite in both affordable? When I say affordable, I'm going to say like up to 10 euros, and then anything like not necessarily as affordable. What's your favorite formulas? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Take care. Bye.